Have you ever worked in an organization where people were afraid to speak up? Maybe employees, they stay silent during meetings and they avoided asking questions, or they kept great ideas to themselves because they feared criticism. What if I told you that fear is one of the biggest barriers to innovation, collaboration, and organizational success? This video will show you how organizational development and leadership professionals create psychological safety, an environment where people feel respected, valued, and confident enough to contribute their best ideas. Stay with me until the end because I'm going to share 5 practical strategies that every leader can begin using immediately. Welcome back. I'm Dr. Delia De Jesus, and on this channel, we explore organizational development and leadership through research-based strategies that help leaders create healthier, more effective organizations. If you're interested in leadership development, organizational culture, employee engagement, and evidence-based leadership practice, be sure to subscribe. Now let's dive into today's topic. Psychological safety refers to a shared belief that team members can speak honestly, ask questions, admit their mistakes, and offer ideas without fear of embarrassment, punishment, or humiliation. When psychological safety exists, employees communicate openly, innovation increases, learning accelerates, collaboration improves, employee engagement grows, and organizational effectiveness strengthens. Organizations that intentionally build psychological safety often become more adaptable because employees are willing to identify problems early and contribute their solutions. Take a look at this iceberg of human behaviors. On the surface, you see visible behaviors, and beneath the surface are the underlying beliefs and drivers of those behaviors. On the surface of visible behaviors, you see what people say and do, how they communicate, their body language, and decision-making practices. Beneath the surface are the more deeper, more complex concepts like personal values, core beliefs, identity, past experiences, fears, attitudes, and conditioning, just to name a few. Psychological safety matters because it enables individuals to take interpersonal risk, share ideas, and learn from mistakes without fears that impair their ability to make positive contributions to the organization. As a result, team performance is enhanced, innovation increases, and employee engagement becomes more evident. Imagine that there are 2 teams. Team number 1, the employees in that team remain quiet, no one challenges poor decisions, mistakes are hidden, and people avoid taking risk. Innovation slows and morale declines, and trust eventually disappears. On the second team, employees respectfully disagree, questions are welcome, mistakes become learning opportunities, and leaders are actively seeking input, and the ideas are flowing freely. Trust grows, and innovation becomes a part of the organizational structure. Which team would you rather join? The difference isn't intelligence, it is an experience, it's psychological safety. In organizational development, sustainable change depends on people feeling safe enough to participate honestly in the change process. The following are 5 leadership strategies that you can implement immediately to begin creating a psychologically safe environment. The first strategy is for you as a leader to model vulnerability. Leaders set the emotional tone. So instead of pretending to know everything, tell your team, I don't have all the answers. Ask them, what do you think? Say, I may be wrong. See, when you as a leader, you demonstrate humility, employees learn that openness is highly valued. The second strategy is that you want to encourage every voice. Avoid allowing only the loudest voices to dominate discussions. Ask your quieter team members, what perspective would you add? Or what concerns do you have? Or what opportunities do you see? You see, this type of inclusive conversation lead to better decisions because they draw on diverse experiences and viewpoints of your employees. The third strategy is to respond constructively to mistakes. When mistakes happen, ask, what can we learn? Instead of saying, who's to blame? A learning-oriented response helps employees solve problems rather than hide them. This creates a culture of continuous improvement. The fourth strategy is to practice respectful listening. Psychological safety requires active listening. Maintain comfortable eye contact. Avoid interrupting. Ask follow-up questions and acknowledge the different viewpoints. People are more likely to contribute when they believe they are being genuinely heard. And the fifth strategy is to recognize contributions. Recognition doesn't always require money. Sometimes a simple statement, such as thank you for sharing that idea, or I appreciate your honesty, can definitely reinforce positive participation. When employees feel valued, they are more willing to contribute again and again and again. Here's a practical example. Imagine a hospital implementing a new patient care system. A nurse notices a potential safety concern but hesitates to speak because previous suggestions were ignored. In a psychologically unsafe environment, the issue may remain hidden until it affects patient care. Now, imagine a leader who regularly says, if you notice a concern, I want to hear it immediately because your voice matters. The nurse speaks up. The issue is corrected before it becomes a larger problem, and one conversation may improve patient outcomes and strengthen the team's trust. This illustrates how psychological safety supports organizational learning and performance. In closing, I would like to reiterate the 5 leadership practices. The first is to model vulnerability. The second is to encourage every voice. The third is to learn from mistakes. The fourth is to listen with respect. And the fifth is to recognize contributions. See, psychological safety isn't about lowering standards or avoiding accountability. It's about creating an environment where people feel safe enough to think, learn, innovate, and contribute to organizational success. When leaders cultivate trust, organizations become more resilient, collaborative, and effective. On that note, thank you for watching. If you found this lesson valuable, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with other leaders, educators, and professionals who are committed to building healthier workplaces. Until the next time, continue leading with purpose, integrity, and respect. Until the next video, goodbye for now. If you're an organizational leader, I'd like you to know that I'm passionate about helping leaders build healthier, stronger, and more effective organizations. Whether your focus is improving leadership effectiveness, strengthening team communications, increasing employee engagement, or creating a positive organizational culture, I'd love the opportunity to connect. I believe that every organization has opportunities to grow, and sometimes a fresh perspective can make all of the difference. Through evidence based organizational development and leadership practices, I've been helping leaders identify practical strategies that support sustainable improvement and long term success. If you're exploring ways to strengthen your organization, or you simply want to exchange ideas, I'll be happy to schedule a brief conversation. There's absolutely no obligation, just an opportunity to discuss your goals and see if I could be a resource. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.